Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Cesar Parrantes, and today I'm going to read the book that I have created before, Finding Love in Vienna. So I'm going to start. 17 years ago, during a long and cold winter, she left her prestigious life. Some people saw her as a disappointment, while others thought she was brave. But life is always changing, and if you really want something, you must fight for it. The sound of coffee boiling on the stove, for the scrambled eggs almost ready, and the bread crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside marked Helga's last breakfast before leaving her house and her old life in search of something new. It was a very cold morning when she said aloud, I'm tired of this. I can't do this anymore. Everything felt as overwhelming, even something as simple as having breakfast with her mother. In the past months afterward, she had started to feel weak, both mentally and physically. She wanted freedom, freedom to love and to be loved. She had gone through difficult situations, including a painful betrayal from her closest friends. Helga worked as an architect in one of the most important firms in Lyon. She was surrounded by successful and influential people. Her life seemed perfect from the outside. Every day she worked hard on a big construction project in a busy city full of noise, traffic, and stress. Still, she sometimes found peace in a small park near her office. One day I will find the love of my life, she used to say with a smile. She was beautiful and talented, but inside she felt empty, as if something was missing. She imagined love as something magical, someone arriving unexpectedly, taking her for a walk, and sharing simple, happy moments together. But real life didn't feel like that. At 29, Helga had a successful career and independence, but she often felt lonely. She was strong and confident, but also a dreamer. Then autumn arrived. One cold and rainy afternoon, she went into a small boulangerie. She felt sad and distracted. She sat down and started reading a magazine about architecture. Instead of eating, she only ordered a coffee. Time passed and without her noticing. When she finally stood up, she accidentally bumped into someone. The cutlery fell and coffee spilled on the floor. The man she had bumped into had blonde hair and bright blue eyes. He looked at her not with anger but with a small smile. I'm really sorry, Helga said, feeling embarrassed. It's okay, he answered calmly. These things happen. His name was Stefan. He was an entrepreneur who loved traveling and enjoying life. He was in Lyon for business, but he was also looking for something more, something meaningful. Helga stepped outside to wait for the rain to stop. Stefan looked at her through the window from time to time, curious about her. That night they went their separate ways. The days passed and life continued as usual, but something felt different. On Saturday, Helga decided to attend a small meeting with some colleagues. She didn't expect anything special, but then she saw him again. Stefan was standing near a window. They both smiled when they recognized each other. Another accident? He joked. Not this time, she replied, laughing softly. They started talking, and the conversation flowed easily. They talked about their jobs, their dreams, and their lives. Time passed quickly, and they didn't even notice. With Stefan, Helga felt calm and comfortable. With Helga, Stefan felt happy and understood. Weeks passed, and they kept seeing each other. Their conversation grew slowly but naturally, like a quiet sunrise. Winter came again, but this time it didn't feel so cold. One day, Stefan invited Helga to travel with him to Vienna. Not to escape, he said, but to discover something new together. In Vienna, everything felt magical. The streets were full of lights, and the snow fell softly around them. As they walked together, Helga felt peaceful and happy. One evening, Stefan stopped and looked at her. It wasn't I looking for love, he said, but I found you. Helga smiled. I think it was lost, she said softly, but maybe I was just finding my way to you. At that moment, winter didn't feel cool anymore. It felt warm and full of hope. For the first time in a long time, Helga felt complete. She had found love, not in a dream, but in real life. And finally, she didn't want to run away anymore. Okay, guys, this is the reading of the audiobook that I have created. Afterwards, I'm going to present you the annexos, the drafts of the story I have created. And thank you for listening. See you soon.